So the full version of the game, in my opinion, is much better than the demo. And the demo didn't do the best job, in my opinion, at upselling the game. And here's why. For example, on the demo here, when we go and take a look at our save and we go to load it up and it says difficulty scrub level easy, we don't know exactly what that's affecting. So we go to select it and it just kind of throws us into the game. And I'm like, oh, well, that's fantastic. Whereas in the full version, you can actually change the difficulty. You could change the difficulty here once you're in the game. The problem is you don't know exactly what that is affecting. Great. What about it? You see what I mean? We do have a permadeath here in the demo, which is interesting. Another thing is, at least in the demo, after playing for quite a few hours, I could not just build on my suit. If I look at my inventory, to-do list, blueprint, I can't craft or do anything here whatsoever. And if I want to go and extract stuff, there is nothing on my person that can help me do that. I have to use these deck extractors, and then I can just start going around and shooting stuff to gather materials. If I could just... Okay, seriously? There we go. You'd think I'd never played the game before. So for me, those are huge step-ups. Now, this game does allow you to build wherever you want, like for the engine, for example. In the new version of the game, what it does is it forces you to put things on the catwalk, like for the engine and stuff like that, though you can toggle it on Legacy. However, they are going to be getting rid of that. So now let's go on over to the full version of the game. So I did that with the demo, obviously, to give you a side-by-side comparison. Now we're in the full version of the game. I'm going to click single player. See again here. Easy. I click on my game. The difference is now we are greeted with this. Easy. Normal. Hard. There's no permadeath in this one. They're probably added at a later date. But now when we look at it underneath, we know what that's changing. On hard, normal, or easy, it's going to change the nutrient burning rate, the loss of items after death, none on easy, combat difficulty, easy if it's on easy, and the maximum number of diseases from 1, 2 to 3. Now, I did speak with the developers briefly on X, and they said that they are looking into my suggestion, which I'm sure some other people have mentioned, where we can actually individually change certain things. So for like the nutrient burning, I would love to have it on slow, so on easy, but I would like to have the other settings actually on hard. So they said that that was a good idea. They'll look into it. And if you look here, airship building rule set normal versus legacy. Legacy is where you can build, literally tells you building on the airship frame, versus normal, which is what's considered normal now. You actually cannot build on the airship frame. It's got to be on the catwalk for like engines and stuff like that. So I think that's great because, again, it's all about options. I don't know if they're going to keep the legacy version on forever, but at least for now, they're giving it to us. Now that we're here, I don't have a deck extractor because now I have it right here. It's a gun. That was not in the demo. Do you know how amazing that is? Now I can run around and go from tower to tower like Spider-Man. And if there's this awkward place that you're thinking to yourself, how in the holy blue pineapple was I ever going to get my deck extractor in there? Make sure I say the word deck and I articulate that word properly. Otherwise, it's just going to sound like, how am I supposed to get my dick in there? That was cringe, but it was funny for me. So now you know how you do it, how you get it in. With this thing, you just zap it when you go in a tight room and you can't reach the extractor from the ship all the way to wherever it is you were going. So to me, that's a game changer. Not only that, as you are wearing it out, I know what you're thinking. If you look at the very far left on my UI toolbar or whatever it's called, okay, you could see how it's half gone. Well, if you zap one of those things that I just did that looks like a satellite with the blue funky stuff, look at my tool. It's completely refreshed. That thing right there, it's completely refreshed. That's absolutely amazing. Now, if you don't have one of those, and they're around like quite a bit, and I start using up my stuff. Oh, there's also much bigger things floating around. Like bigger things, more things. There's like copper. There's things that just weren't in the demo that I didn't know existed. Now, if I hold the left 2 button, you can see where it says recharge rather. You just hold it down and it's like a pump thing, like a Super Soaker 1000 that I had in the 80s. It charges it. So you'll never, ever run out. So to me, holy guacamole, that is amazing. The other thing now is when you go on your person, notice between like to-do list and blueprints, we have studies. Okay, whatever. But we have this suit printer. So you don't need to be at your ship to show you an example of some stuff that you can craft. All these things, for example, you can craft right on your person. You don't have to run back to your ship to craft these things. And I'm sure there's going to be a plethora, a cornucopia, a quiver of more things for you to craft as you unlock blueprints. You still, however, need to go to your fabricator to craft, for example, these things here. Okay? I'm just showing you like an example of what you can still use the fabricator for. But to me, that just... What? So, like, between knowing what the difficulty settings do, the pew-pew laser beam extractor gun, the extra just things that are, like I said, boom, just recharge. That wasn't in the demo, so I didn't know that was ever going to be there. And be able to craft on your person, to me, just makes the tedium of having to go back to your ship, like I said, and oh, it's not quite lined up. How am I going to get that in there? And I got to fly my ship around and get it. Oh, hold on. Now I got to build another deck extractor on my catwalk. I can't quite get it lined up. If I get too close, now you start damaging your ship. And I was like, man, this game is clunky. Then I play this game for like less than 10 minutes, less than 5 minutes. And I'm like, wow, this is great, because the demo, as much as I had fun with the demo, it didn't quite sell me on the game. I was like, well, I don't know. It's about half the price of a AAA game. It runs pretty good. It looks cool. I'm enjoying it. Not for everybody, but that goes for anything. Some people like golf. Some people like basketball, tennis, soccer. Some people like neither of those. Okay? But when I played this, it did a better job. So they should have updated their demo to show us these things so that once you get it... Because you get all this right away. It's not like you get it 10 hours in. This was like right off the hop. It's like, whoa, where'd that come from? And it just makes, like I said, the quality of life of the game that much better. And then I was like, oh, wow, am I ever happy I purchased this game? Whereas at first I was like, well, you know, it'll be all right. So there you have it. There could be some other stuff that I'm just not aware of. Point it out if you know. See that big googly guck thingy in the distance? There was no big stuff like that in the demo. And sometimes there's stuff that attaches itself to your ship and it makes it easier to get the resources. So thumbs up as always if you liked the video. It does greatly help support that channel with the algorithm and trying to make me more relevant in the search results when people are looking shit up online. And if you didn't like the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs down, and I'll bend it in half, twist it, break it off where the sun don't shine. And I just got some silicone. Okay? Can't get that in the demo. Alright, that's enough rambling. Take care, and if I'm lucky, maybe I'll see some of you in the next video. Bye for now.